Hey, it's iCkEdMeL, and wanted to make a video just to say thank you for the support on Patreon and channel membership. I rarely make a video. I do have a playlist. I'm gonna put the link down below if you want to check out some extra content. There's content that sometimes doesn't make it, or it's just me venting or going off, or sometimes it does make it and then I take it off, too controversial or not controversial enough. The thing with Patreon and channel memberships is that I don't have enough members. Honestly, it's my fault. I don't ask, I don't remind people, I don't even let people know. I got pissed off with YouTube at one point and I had like 20 channel members and I deleted it because just the demonetization has gotten so crazy at times. That's why I kind of switched up the content a little bit, because I'd be spending hours sometimes doing some of this content related to children and it's just all demonetized. And sometimes too, when it's demonetized, it's also suppressed, and it just, a lot of the stuff didn't make sense. It was like I was shooting myself in the foot. But the problem with channel membership and Patreon is that, well, there's not enough members, right? So if I make a whole video, a lot of the times the purpose of the videos is to reach as many people as we can, maybe bring some new subscribers or get a message across. So if I only have a small amount of members, making a dedicated video for that purpose wouldn't make sense. So I'm not really sure what to do. Like right now I have this playlist. I've been adding new content to it, content that doesn't make it. It's kind of entertaining. I don't know if people want to see a personal aspect. I think for the most part, from what I've seen, it's just people wanting to support, not really requiring or asking of anything extra. I want to say thank you to Rita, Luna, Leave It to Bieber, the Patreon side too. We got Boardwalk Angel, Danielle, Ernesto, Kaylin, and Kimberly. I don't even know if these people even remember. They probably just have their accounts being deducted and just not like forgetting that they have deductions coming off. The other thing that I am going to be doing though is I have two different intros. So I am going to be re-adding people's names, just the first name, as contributors or supporters. The other benefit to being a member on YouTube is you get like the little badge or the icon. I actually previously, before I deleted everything, I had these custom badges with these flames that were kind of cool. It had a couple of more emojis, and these badges, you can see them in live chat or in regular videos. I think it's kind of cool. So it just lets people know that you're supporting or you've been a supporter. I kind of regret deleting the entire channel membership thing. The other thing too is I know sometimes people reach out to me and they're thinking of starting a new channel, or they started a new channel, like Leave It to Bieber. She started a channel and I sometimes talk to her. If you want a little bit of advice, feel free to reach out to me. Sometimes I'm kind of caught up in stuff. I mean, there's plenty of tools for YouTube and different things that I know that can be beneficial in order for your video to spread out. I do eventually plan to get back into some of the content that I used to do. It's just, the climate and the social aspect of everything that's going on currently, it's just insane. And I've had to adapt. And with the algorithm of YouTube, it's just crazy, and constantly covering the child content, it starts to get to you after a while. The craziest content that I probably covered was Malia Davis. I mean, it was really stressful with that whole situation, from the part where I got a cease and desist to the portion where somebody was trying to get me fired because this whole scandal of the Malia Davis scam. I mean, these people called my employer, called human resources. I heard they were like reaching out to different CEOs or whatever of the company. It was insanity, to the point where then I made it onto the news with Darian's father, which, by the way, I'm still going to be following that story. I still talk to some people behind the scenes with that. Like, I haven't forgotten about all that. But with the whole news thing, that was insane too, because I mean, I was literally at my job. My phone was buzzing like crazy, ringing, getting a bunch of emails like nuts. Like, hey, this is from NBC, this is from whatever. Like, it was insane. It was insanity. Trying to juggle that, trying to juggle working, trying to juggle time with my daughter and picking her up from school, and trying to maneuver things with her mother at the time. Super stressful, man. I mean, once these people start to reach out and look for you, it's insane. And just the whole YouTube journey too. It's a really interesting experience, man, because people will go to interesting lengths to try to destroy you for speaking on things or exposing things. And I needed a break, especially with the climate now. Everybody's stressful and everybody going nuts. It was also getting somewhat repetitive in a way. And I think it's always good to switch up and experiment. That's what I told myself when I first started YouTube, that I would always keep experimenting and sometimes kind of pushing the envelope and taking chances and willing to risk falling flat on my face. I mean, I remember there was this one time too, this one story. I'm not even going to put the name of the story out there, but I was covering the story, and it was regarding a child. And I did like 2 videos or 3 videos on it, and lawyers were kind of involved between these 2 parties. And I saw text messages, or I think it was emailed. I saw conversations between lawyers where they were talking about me. They were talking about me, asking how I got certain information. And it can be a really stressful thing at times. When I'm not talking about the little games with people commenting. I'm talking about actual legal situations, that you can get pulled into. Anyway, let me get on to this last final portion thing that I'd like to express. I always knew the weird thing with my channel, this thing is, when you're doing YouTube, one of the things that I've learned is that you need to have some sort of niche or focus. And I've had a focus, but it's always been kind of maybe a little not as focused, because I got the child thing going on, then I got the politics. I also learned that evergreen content is very important for YouTube. It's something I've neglected for a long time. That's why sometimes now, and I want to continue to do that, as I do the nighttime tech stuff where I put seeds. I call it planting seeds. When I first started YouTube, I used to call these experiments planting seeds, something for the long term and seeing what happens. And some of the evergreen content I've done years ago are still making revenue today, residual income. So I always knew I was going to have this clash on my channel with the content of like children or missing kids and politics. And politics is something that I never really cared about much until my daughter was born. And I was always on the Democrat side, liberal side, because I didn't care. When I didn't care, and I've told the story before, I was just on the Democrat side. And I always thought too, I told this to my friend the other day, I thought being a Democrat just meant democracy, that you just rights for everybody. I just thought that's what it meant. I thought being a Democrat just meant not being racist and that you support everybody, kind of thing, like it's just democracy. And then I started learning a little bit more, and then the Trump thing happened, and I knew that this tension was going to happen. It's been throughout the channel since I started it, but I knew it was going to get worse with the new elections coming up. I didn't know it was going to be this bad with like COVID and this whole George Floyd thing. Of course, I didn't know that. But I knew things were going to get tight and tense. And it's something that like I know that I could just stick to one thing on the channel, and I would probably appease a lot of people, though you can never, which I've learned on YouTube when I first started, you can never appease everybody. So you shouldn't really try. You can never, you could do the nicest thing ever. There's going to be somebody complaining. So you shouldn't try to appease everybody. But I know that I could have just stuck to one thing and kept people happy. But the politics stuff, which I don't even go in depth, a lot of it is on the surface. And sometimes I go in depth, but I stay on the surface. I strongly believe. So it's just something that I dabble in, and I know that it turns off a lot of people at times, but I feel strongly about it, and I do enjoy covering it, and I enjoy laughing at things. And there's, I've always said when I first started YouTube that YouTube's kind of a somewhat of a reflection of me, and I'm not just this one thing, this one like kind of thing of just one type of content, So I don't know. We'll see where that path goes. And I'm glad that I've taken that path, though, because I don't have to hide, what I believe. I don't have to hide and put a front. I know a lot of people, even some YouTubers that support Trump, even people I personally know, but they're afraid to say it. They can't say it. They can't post it on their Facebook. They can't post it on their Twitter. They can't tell their family members. They can't tell their friends because they'll be disowned. I've seen it happen. So I'm glad that what you see is what you get in terms of politics and kids. What you see is what you get with me. I don't have to hide that. I don't have to front. You can take it or leave it. It doesn't matter to me. And it's a sense of relief, because when I see people reaching out to me and telling me how they feel, but they can't express that, that's got to suck. That's got to suck. So with that, I just want to say thank you guys. I really appreciate you with the support, especially with all the demonetization going on. Every bit counts. And I'm going to try at times to try to promote a little bit of the Patreon and the channel memberships. I've just never had it in me. I never really liked to ask, donate. Hey, where's my donation? Send my donation. Hey, donate. Oh, this show is done. You didn't send enough donations. I've never had that in me, or to ask people for money or any of that kind of stuff. But I know it's like part of the YouTube thing, the online thing, asking people for patronage. But I don't know. I think it's part of it too because I don't really do live streams consistently enough. I think if you can put on a good show, live streaming, it seems like you can get donations. But anyway, I really could babble on for a long time. But no, I wish you guys the best. I've been lately focusing I've been exercising, especially with this COVID thing, however you feel about it. I've been exercising, getting sleep, working out, exercising, taking supplements, eating healthy, and just getting myself mentally right should anything come or arise. And I've been thinking of other things too, as far as my family and protection and all that kind of stuff with all the global events going on. But take care of yourselves. Thank you so much again. Peace.